Welcome to the Sisters Uncensored podcast, where we get into everything from childhood trauma to millennial adulting and all things in between.
We share crazy stories from the past and present to help us cope with the insanity that is our lives.
By sharing our perspectives, we hope to bring some relatability, laughter, and unsolicited advice that can help you survive the messiness of life along with us.
My name's Jessica Labita. I'm a millennial mom, wife, and marketing professional, and I am absolutely insane.
My name is Ashley Lanive. I am a millennial stay-at-home mom, avid golfer, and too mouthy for my own good.
We are real sisters, and this is Sisters Uncensored. Take this trip with us. Welcome back to Sisters Uncensored, everybody. So today we're going to talk about and invitations that we have received in the last couple of months. As many of you know, since you've been following us throughout this journey, we have been doing this for about 4 months now. And some exciting things are starting to happen. And we're getting lots of invitations to different events thanks to a publicist that we have hired. Her name is Jessica Ross. And she's out in LA, and she is amazing.
We love her.
Oh my God, such a rock star.
Love her.
She's been getting us all kinds of new exposure, new gigs. So I think first we want to just talk about like invitations, because there is so much exciting stuff going on. And then we need to talk about invitations.
That's always fun too. I love a good uninvite.
I know, right? I mean, it's just an inconvenience. But anyway.
Whatever, we'll get there.
We can get into that.
Anyway, so fun things that we have gotten to do. We got to go and check out this really good show off Broadway.
Yep. It's called It's Not What It Looks Like.
And it wasn't what it looked like.
Not
I thought
at all.
it was really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. We got to meet the stars of it and sit and chat with them. And that was awesome. They were so cool. It was such a good time. It was a great show. We got to meet some cool people with that too. That was really fun.
Yeah, Chesney Mitchell and John Collins are the actors in the show. So it's like a 2-man show, and it's a 90-minute run, and there's no intermission. And literally it starts off as this like murder mystery, and they take you through like a story. You find out different things about how they're connected, and you know at the beginning of the show that somebody died, but you don't know how until the very end of the show. And so it kind of keeps you like wondering, right? Throughout.
Yeah, but they use a really good like sense of humor throughout the whole thing. Like they're constantly making you laugh and throughout the whole 90 minutes. I felt like I was cracking up the whole time.
Oh my gosh, the whole time.
It was good.
Laughing. And it's crazy because it's literally just the two of them and like 2 red metal chairs. And then there's like a movie screen behind them that has like, it calls out different wording. It's not like very scene setting.
No,
and
it's
that,
not.
Like it looks like a scene. Like it's just a black screen, and it would have like,
you know, day of or 3 months before or something like that. Like to that effect.
More
Just to
like
time.
timestamps.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That was really cool. That was impressive too, because I mean, I didn't know what to expect when we were going to see that. And I've never been to a 2-man show before, but they were incredible.
Yeah.
They were really, really engaging. I just loved it. I thought it was really good.
My favorite part was just about how attentive Chesney was. So she's the female lead in the play, and like Ashley and I are sitting front row as we're watching the show, and she is like looking dead
like
at us,
in our eyes.
In our eyes.
Exactly.
As she's like, and like, I don't know, all I kept thinking was like, I could never do this, because I would be so distracted, and like if I make like direct eye contact with someone and then have to like remember something, I feel like I would start to freak out a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's a definite mental multitask right there.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
but
that
it
was a
made
lot.
me as a viewer feel so connected to her and like
very
her
engaged.
emotion. But yeah, it was super funny. It was just so simple.
Yeah.
But imaginative, right?
Yeah, it was very creative for sure.
And it was not what I expected.
It wasn't what I expected either. I don't know if I was expecting like music and scenes.
Yeah, I think
and
like Broadway, a
sets
lot
and,
of
like,
times you think like
it was like
musical.
I'm thinking like overproduction.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't like that at all. I thought it was really good. I liked it. I mean, I would go back and see another one of their shows any day. I thought it was really entertaining.
It was very clever, very clever. So if you guys have a chance to check out It's Not What It's Not What It Looks Like.
It's really worth it.
It's at the SoHo Theater
Yep.
And
SoHo Playhouse.
SoHo Playhouse, yes. And
Yep.
it was so good. It was absolutely amazing. So we got invited to that, which was pretty awesome. And then what else did we get?
This last Wednesday, we went to an event it was like a party for a pop-up restaurant in the financial district.
Hudson Square.
Yeah, not Hudson.
Isn't it?
No.
Hudson Square?
No.
What is it? Harold Square? Harold Square.
No, I don't even think it's Harold.
I think it is.
I don't think so. You gotta check into this
now. I need to look.
Either day while
We're
she
gonna
looks.
have to.
While she looks. It was awesome. So it was a Diamond and Rosé theme pop-up restaurant for Bravo TV. So it's like this whole experience of like different shows that are on the network, and they have like big diamonds, and it's all pink, and there's a merch bar, and there's photo booths, and it was just really cool. Like the food is good. If you watch like anything on Bravo, you know, at Vanderpump, there's like the goat cheese balls, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, they were
and
so
like things like
good.
that. It was awesome.
So every time Vanderpump like says anything about the goat cheese balls, because they all order them, you know they're delicious.
I know.
And like I have always wanted to try them,
Me
but
too.
I'm like, I'm not going to LA for a fucking cheese ball.
Goat cheese ball. If I happen to be there, I'll grab one. That's about it. But yeah, no, it was really good. And all of like the cocktails, there's pumptinis, like everything is Bravo inspired. I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed that event.
Yeah, so it's in the city. It's at 11 Hanover Square.
Hanover.
Yes, and they have it just as Ashley was saying, like it's set up so beautifully. So it actually opened yesterday, I think, was their like first opening. They have brunch.
Maybe it's today, actually, August 2nd.
August 1st. Brunch. They have dinners. They have like drag shows on the weekend, I think, like certain days. So like, because it's a restaurant experience, you go in and it's like there's different things happening, I think, on different days.
Yeah.
But the way the place was set up was just, it was so elegant, so Bravo.
It was so Bravo.
Beautiful.
The decor was just perfect.
Yeah,
there's
it was
like
cool.
There's like a table that it's recreating when, I hate to even mention her because I can't stand her, Teresa, like flipped the table.
Yeah.
There was that. We were gonna take a picture with that, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not giving her credence. I can't stand her. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Teresa. You suck.
Apparently she wasn't even on the list.
Yeah. Apparently none of them would go if she was going.
Yeah. She's not well liked at the moment.
No. Jen Aiden wasn't there either. Praise the Lord. She's another one I can't fucking stand.
All the good ones were there.
Yeah, all the good ones were
Melissa.
there. Minus Melissa. Yeah, I think she was out of town though, right?
Yeah, she was in Vegas.
Yeah. So that was really fun though.
Yeah,
and we
so
got to meet a lot of really good people there, like all kinds of creators, really interesting people.
Yep.
I mean, by the end of the night, we were talking to one person we had such a good conversation. And like once we told them what we did and she told us what she does. And like by the end of it, we were like 10 years deep into like childhood trauma. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
We had such a good conversation.
We're going to bring her on the show.
Yeah, she has to come on as a guest. Like we told her, we're like, please, you have to come on. It would just be perfect. We have
It's
so much
funny
we could
too,
talk
because
about.
like you get into these deep conversations with people and like you realize the similarities, and there's a big age gap between her and us.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like hearing our story from us again, like when we were younger, and now hearing it at this age, it's, to me, I was like, oh, we can help her. Like,
I know
we can
how
give her
different
such good
your
advice.
mind, yeah, how different like your mind has grown. Like I guess like, or how you think now,
Right.
Versus being young and in your 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was such a nice conversation though. Like she was great. That's one thing I would say about our show is I find that anybody that we talk to about it, like when we talk about, it's a lot of like childhood trauma and like how it turns you into the person that you are today and things like that. When you're meeting somebody new and talking about this for the first time, immediately people feel comfortable like exposing their childhood traumas with you on the spot, which I feel like that normally takes like a long time and like a deeper connection to be able to like let some of those details out of your life. But I feel like everyone that we have met throughout this last 4 months or talked to or consulted with or whatever, as soon as they hear basically the idea of our show, they go right into like their dirty details about their childhood and like their experiences.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really hard to do, to get people to like come out with that.
Yeah.
But it's so easy and organic.
Well, and I think
love it.
when people see that you're being your true self and who you are, and that you openly admit that everyone's life is not perfect and that there's trauma in all of us in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes you realize it and it's like super evident. Other times, like, it takes some digging and some work to kind of figure out like what is wrong and like why am I this way or why do I do these things? Like, who knows? It's different for everybody. But I think to your point, because that is like a big part of how we've built the foundation of this show, and being open about who we are and trauma, because everyone we meet is always like, so what do you guys talk about? And like, if you're at an event like this Bravo event, they want you to be like, oh, I'm a Bravo blogger, or I do this, or I do that, right? And it's like, no, like, we have a podcast, we talk about our messed up family, and it fits into Bravo, believe me. But like, it creates this element of trust with people because it's your pitch, right? It's our elevator story. It's like, what do you talk about?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so it's huge for what we talk about. And so I think in us being so open, because it is what it is, right?
Right.
They then know that it's a safe space to talk to us, and then we get like really good, engaging, deep conversations with people, and they like, we just met them.
I know, literally. I loved that though.
Yeah.
I really, by the end of the night, like, just having that conversation, like, because we got so deep, it was, towards the end of the night before we were leaving, but it was just amazing that you could get that deep with a complete stranger that you met 5 minutes ago and like immediately click.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We did meet some really cool people. The Housewives, a bunch of them were there, which was really fun. Danielle Cabral was there. Rachel Fuda, Dolores Catania, her boyfriend Paulie was there. John Fuda was there. Margaret was there. Margaret Josephs. I'll tell you what, her assistant, by the way, I'm just totally putting this out there as a total sidebar, one of my favorite people in the world. She is amazing.
She was so kind. So I don't know if you realize this, but both of them, I felt like our conversations with Marge were just so genuine. Like, we were just talking as like women from New Jersey, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and we're not anybody special, and she's very humble, I feel like, at least in how I felt in speaking with her.
Yeah.
But at one point in time, someone like behind her came over with like another person on FaceTime trying to get them to speak to her, and she was like, no.
She's like, no.
Like,
and she literally was like, I talk to him all the time.
She's like, no, I'm talking to these guys right now.
Yeah,
like,
it was funny.
And she like blew this guy off to continue to talk to us. And I was like, oh, that was so nice.
That was really nice. Exactly.
Sorry.
That was really nice. She could have used that as her out to be like, I'm sorry, I got to go take this.
I didn't realize the cocktails that they were drinking, that's their line of drinks. The mocktails.
Yeah,
yes.
that's
How
hers.
cool is that?
Yeah. I thought that was awesome too. I like that.
They were like serving them at the event.
Yeah. I'd mix a little vodka with it. Why not?
Yeah. But yes, Marge's, her friend was amazing.
She was the best dressed there.
I agree.
She is the nicest chick, and she is funny. Like, she's got this thick accent, and she's just funny. I like really, really enjoyed talking to her. So what happened was, when they came in, they made an announcement that, they were all there and everything like that. And they wanted to do a picture with all the housewives that were there. So they all got together, and Marge's assistant went over to like get out of the way, and when I like not out of the way, but just not in the picture, you know what I mean? And I went to like just kind of like peek over, and I see the dress that she's wearing, and I'm like, this is one of the greatest dresses I've ever seen. I have to find out where she got this dress. It was like a white like disco ball almost. I loved it. So anyway, I end up, after they do all this later on in the night, I ended up going over to just say hi to her and ask her where she got her dress from. And she told me she got it from like a discount rack for like $10.
I know.
I was like, oh my God, shut up.
That's amazing.
I love that you're that kind of girl.
Yeah.
I love that.
So her name is Lexi Barbudo.
Yes.
And she's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, so nice.
Yeah. So I started following her after that, just because we had like such a nice little chat.
Yeah, same.
And I just liked her, and I was like, oh my God, I like her. Like, you're cool.
Yeah.
And I see like she has a son who's young, and I'm like, oh. She's talking about like, I was at an event last night, and now I'm just home in my pajamas with my son eating chicken nuggets. And I'm like, girl, that is it.
Yes,
like, we are on the same page. I love it. She was cool though. I liked it. That was a great
me all
event.
day. Like, after the event, I was like sitting in my pajamas and like cleaning the whole day, and like just being a bum. And like, you go from like super glam to like Peloton t-shirt,
Yeah.
sweatpants.
I was wearing a Johnny Depp t-shirt.
My air conditioning was not functioning properly, so it was like 1,000 degrees in the house. I'm like sweating. I probably smelled like a foot. I'm like, whatever, dude.
We didn't get the best night's sleep either.
No.
We ended up having an espresso martini at the end of the night.
Oh, that was a bad idea.
We only ordered it too because the bar was like 10 deep. It took forever to get a freaking drink.
Right.
That's the only thing I would say.
Well,
about
and I
it.
felt like, I don't know why, but something in me was like, oh, we're going to be here a little later, like, than I anticipated. And then we sat and we were chatting with some people and like drinking that cocktail. And then it was like,
Let's go.
yeah, it's time to go. So then I was like, damn it, I wish I didn't drink that because now I'm going to be awake all night.
I was fidgety all night.
Like, that's my go-to if I need to power through the rest of the evening, right?
Right. And Jess slept over that night. So like when we sleep in the bed together, it's usually okay. And it was okay. But
Ashley was yelling.
I was definitely talking because I didn't sleep well.
all night. She was yelling. I was having the most fucking crazy dreams ever. Like, I don't even know. At one point, I thought I heard someone fall down the stairs. I swear I woke Ashley up and was like, there's a man in the house because I heard like a guy's voice. I was like, get your gun. And like, I go like walking out of her bedroom, like ready to fight this man because our 2 daughters are sleeping across the hallway from us in separate bedrooms. So I like go to find who this guy is that's like in the house. There's no one in the house.
It was in your dream.
It was all in my dream. But like the next morning, I'm like, did I wake you up and tell you to get your gun? And she's like, I don't think so.
I would have like caught on to that.
I feel like we need to put a camera in like the room when we're bumping up. 'Cause I can't even imagine.
That would be hilarious.
If we're like like talking all night.
I'm telling you. So my daughter and I went up to our dad's house for a few days for a christening, and that's something else we'll talk about too. But whatever. Anyway. We went up there, and Mila and I shared a bed when we were up there because you had my room.
Yeah.
So whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I woke up in the middle of the night talking in my sleep, and Mila and I were talking back and forth to each other.
That is so funny.
I was like, oh my God, we both do it. What were we talking about? I don't even know what we were talking about, but we were talking to each other.
Myself sleep talking sometimes.
I do it all the time.
Or at least I think I do. I don't know. It was weird.
Jeez.
Very
Jess was
weird.
showing me her nighttime routine of the shit she listens to before bed, like to meditate, to go to sleep.
Yep.
It's like, lay back, feel your cozy bed. Now let your feet just relax naturally. I'm like crisscross legs. I'm like, oh no, I gotta do it like this. I'm doing it wrong. I'm like, I don't know how you do this. Let's just put on murder.
I literally turned
and
it
go to
on,
bed.
and like within 30 seconds, I'm like sound asleep,
That was
snoring.
so funny. I was
I
like,
love
no,
it.
I can't do this. I'm putting on murder. We're going to sleep.
Okay, so we had the play. We had this amazing Bravo event.
We definitely got sidetracked there.
Yeah, I know. We've gotten invitations to a couple like magazine premiere events for like cover models and cover shoots, but a lot of stuff that we're getting invited to is out in the Hamptons. And so for us being from Jersey, to get to like Hamptons events on like a Friday afternoon, it's like impossible.
Yeah, that's rough.
You need a helicopter.
Yeah, literally. How do we get a helicopter? Anybody got a helicopter they want to lend us to make it out to some Hampton events?
That would be great.
Hit us up in the DMs.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
You can come with us.
Of course. That would be nice.
Be our plus ones.
Yeah, exactly. Bring a friend. Whatever.
But yeah, I'm not sitting in 5 hours of
No,
traffic.
it's just too much.
in
We
the
have to make a
Hamptons.
whole weekend out of it. That's the thing.
However, if Bravo does want to invite us to the summer house like end of season party that would be in the Hamptons, I will gladly
go to that.
I will walk there. if I have
Gladly
to.
go to that.
So yeah.
Yeah. I will say too, I mean, with some of the people that we were able to meet at that Bravo event, I mean, I watch Bravo all the time. You know
Yeah,
what I mean, I know you do
same.
too. So I just felt like they were people who have like conversations with other people on other shows, and like they had like some tea. And
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna spill it, but I was like, oh,
There
tell
there's a
me
lot
more.
of tea spilled. There
I know,
was.
like a lot of truth. I was
Right.
like, ooh.
Like I feel like finding out that Teresa wasn't on the list, to me, that was tea.
now she,
But I'm like,
she's a clown. I don't even want to talk about her. Don't bring her up on the show anymore. You don't even get that.
can we just talk one more thing about how fucking savage Marge is for sending her
Those
funeral
flowers?
arrangement?
I aspire to be that level of petty.
I can't.
I loved it.
Uh-huh.
So wait,
Same.
when I walked up, or when I talked to both of them, Margaret and Danielle, the first thing, or when I was talking to Danielle, I told her, because I had to tell her, I'm like, when you fucking cracked Jen Aiden in the face with that glass, cup, whatever. Now, mind you, this is the first time we're seeing this person in
Yeah,
real life.
yeah.
She is fit.
Yeah, she
like
is.
if she cracked me in the side of the face,
Yeah.
I'd be fucked
It
up.
would hurt.
It would hurt.
Yeah, she's a bad
she's
bitch.
in great shape.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was like, holy shit. But I was like, when you cracked her in the face, girl, you did what I've been wanting to do through the TV for seasons now. So thank you for that.
What did she say? Was she like?
She was like, oh, thanks so much. I get that a lot.
Oh, and that's when she turned to Kayla and she said this. She was like, "See, it happens all the time."
She's right.
Yeah.
I think it's the ultimate compliment. I thought that was really nice.
That's
So
funny.
whatever.
I totally forgot to bring up the flowers to Margaret.
I
when
brought
we were
them up.
chatting with her.
Oh, I totally said something to her about it.
Oh, that's so funny.
When I was talking to her, I was like, by the way, the flowers, epic. That
Yeah.
was epic.
It was.
Like, well done. Really savage move. I really do aspire to be that petty. I hope I could do that one day. Not like be on the show. I don't mean that, but
could do that. Like if I hate you enough, I could do it. Like if you're one of the people that I would choose to cut off in my life, which I feel like we've talked about this, where like there are certain people that I'm like, you're done. Once you're done forever.
Right.
I could send those people flowers like that, no problem.
yeah. Maybe we should start doing that as like a way of cutting people out. We just send funeral flowers. We're like, thank you. Rip.
Yeah. R.I.P. to this bullshit friendship.
Our makeup artist yesterday or 2 days ago said that we were talking about somebody who died, and she was like, "Oh, rip." I was like, "Love it." I'm gonna use that. I love it. Ah, rip. Oh, shout out to Steph. That was dope.
Yes. So funny.
Anyway, all right, let's bring it back.
Then we're gonna go talk to like invitations that we've gotten that are like not bougie publicist invitations, right? But like more like personal events, right? So like we have a ton of stuff coming up that we have to go to, and it's like family shit, friends. Like we've got
Baby showers,
a couple baby showers because people are still doing that. I don't know why, but baptism. We have a wedding.
Oh yeah.
I think that's it. So
I forgot about that.
yeah. So the baptism we went to this weekend. It was for our nephew. So cute. Ashley and I spent the majority of the weekend after the ceremony, though, dealing with our dad's poor
Dog.
sick golden doodle. So
Pancakes.
her stomach flipped, and she had to have surgery.
Yeah, emergency surgery.
And she came home on Sunday, which was like the day that we got there, and like the meds were making her like completely wasted. She was just like a lump. It was so sad.
I know. I felt bad for her.
So like she's so high strung and annoying as fuck normally.
Really?
But like
She's the most retarded dog ever, I swear.
She was so like just sick.
She was
right?
sick. She was drooling. She was vomiting. Like
it was so bad. So we babysat her.
Yeah.
We were Nurse Ratchet.
we thought we were invited to come and relax. And then this happened, which we were invited to come and relax.
I know.
And like lay poolside. And then it was like, oh, the dog's sick. So we're like, all right, well, we're Nurse Ratchet.
Yeah.
We're like, we have a video of it from when the dog threw up. One of the times the dog threw up.
So bad.
It smelled so bad. Jess has like a dish rag tied around her face. I'm like, oh, I'm literally gagging. Mila's crying because she thinks I'm gonna throw up. We're like, just get it cleaned up. It stinks. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Dying. Yeah, it was
Poor
awful.
thing. But now she's back to being her regular self. She's healthy. She's fine. She's healed. She's good. We wanted to put the cone of shame on her just for fun, and our dad wouldn't let us. So that's it. But whatever.
We do feel bad for our little baby sister though.
But that was a nice.
I think we did a good job, and we helped like nurse her back to health. So
Yeah, that was a nice event though. They did a good job.
about it. So yeah, so we had the baptism, spent some time with our family, took care of our little furry baby sister.
Yep.
Then we have coming up this weekend, we have the baby showers. I have one on Saturday. We have one together on Saturday, and then I have one without you on Sunday. So yeah, it's just like a lot of
busy
stuff going on. It's fun.
It's been very
Lots
busy.
of invitations.
Lots of invitations.
But I think we can spend some time talking about invitations because this is where it gets
fun.
Juicy.
Yeah, that's true. That is a good time. Go ahead.
No.
You want to start? You want me to
I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Okay, so we had maybe I should backstory this a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you have to.
Okay.
Context for
Okay,
sure.
context. Okay. So we've discussed before that our mom isn't exactly like the happiest with us since we've been doing this podcast. And we've been trying to work through it with her and everything like that. And we actually had reached out to family to like see if they could help us like to mend what the problem is, especially because we had a bridal shower coming up and we didn't want it to be like the first time that we're all seeing each other is at this girls' bridal shower and like somebody have too much to drink or something like that and make a snarky comment or something like
turns into a fight.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and not that we would do that.
It's not like our immediate family member's bridal shower. It's like one of our male cousins is getting married. So like we don't even know this girl really. Like, I mean, I'm sure she's a lovely person, but like we don't know her.
Yeah, exactly. So we certainly don't want to fuck up her day.
Yes, we so don't want to like make a mess at her.
No, we don't want to make any waves.
We don't want anything.
No, so we were just trying to like do something preemptively to make sure that it was peace going in and everything was good. Yeah, like everything would be fine. We could at least hash out something to get us all in a good spot so we could all have a good time too.
Yep.
Anyway, the family that we had reached out to had agreed to help us work through this. And then they had some terms that we couldn't exactly agree to. They essentially wanted us to sign an NDA about the conversation, and we're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. No. So this is ridiculous. I'm just talking to family about mending another relationship with family. Why do you need me to, like, why do you need to know that I'm not going to talk about it with anybody else? Like,
and I'm sorry, but if you tell me not to talk about it or in any way push the fact that you have like an agenda for me to keep this story out of this forum, fuck you, it's going on.
Yeah, now it's going on. Exactly. Yeah. I didn't appreciate that. I honestly, we probably wouldn't have even have discussed it if like they didn't make a thing about it.
Yeah, you know, they made it such a big deal.
It was like, you know what? And when I said, I'm like, I feel like you have a different motive. Like what do you do?
What's coming to you trying to fix this and make peace and like make sure this event goes off without a hitch.
Right.
And you're trying to stifle us and are focusing on the fact that we have a podcast. It has
had nothing to do with it.
With any of that.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with it. It was whatever. It was stupid. So anyway, so long story short, we decide that we're calling this whole thing off. We're all not going to get together and just talk this out. Like it's not going to happen. All right, fine. So now the shower comes up. And we're like, all right, well, we're just going to go and have a good time, and it is what it is.
And I feel like within the time frame of us speaking to them, they must have had a separate conversation with mom, and she started reaching back out, like,
and things
minimally,
were well.
So things were smooth. Yeah. So we were like, all right,
we're
it's going to be
on the
okay.
Right track.
We really like wanted to spend time with our cousins and like see them and like do this,
just our sister, our niece,
be
like,
with the family.
A good time. Yeah.
So we were looking forward to it, and we worked our asses off to be able to be there because I feel like we had
different events going on. So we had to reschedule all different things and like rush everything around to like make sure that we showed up for this.
And not another podcast event the night prior to the shower, I think. I can't remember where we were, but we were doing work stuff.
We were at the 80s party.
Oh, right.
We had the 80s party in Jersey City that night.
Yes, correct.
So like we had to make arrangements for all of that, and then it was like, okay, you had to make arrangements with your son because you were going to stay at my house, and then we're going to go home and like this and that, whatever.
Leaving kids with people. It's like a whole process.
There's a lot into it. It's not just like, oh, okay, fuck it, see ya. I'll be there. Like, whatever.
It took us like several weeks to coordinate this so we could be at the shower and see everyone.
And we wanted
to
go.
And we really did. And we made like a conscious effort to rearrange our lives to be at this event.
And furthermore, to like enjoy the time there. Like we were making that effort to like make sure we all had fun.
Right. And then went out of our way to make sure there was no drama.
Yep. Exactly.
And got NDA'd. And then
and then that morning we were 5 minutes from walking out the door. So I'm up, I'm full face of makeup, I'm dressed, I got my kid dressed, she's finishing her breakfast, her hair is done. It's a Sunday morning.
Yep.
No less. Okay.
I think it started at like 11, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yep. It was like a brunch. It was at
and it's like an hour away.
Yeah, well, from
40 minutes maybe. So
from
like,
it was
like, so it took time to drive there and stuff too.
Yeah.
So like we had a late night the night before. We got dressed, ready to go. Like
you had to get, and you ended up having to get up. You guys stayed at my house. You had to get up early, go back to your house. So you had to get up from my house at like 6:30 in the morning.
Yep.
To get back to your house to get you and your daughter ready in time to drive basically all the way back down by me and some to get to the shower.
Yes.
So it was a lot more travel.
Yeah, it was a lot of effort.
Yeah, it was a lot of effort.
So we're on there. I am in the car on my way there already.
I'm 5 minutes from walking out the door. And I get a text that says, no, wait, I should mention, every shower that we ever go to with family there's only so many.
There's 3 girls. Like little girls in our whole family.
Yeah, it's a lot of boys. We have a
Four,
lot of boys.
Actually, if you count.
Jen's? little girl?
No. I'm thinking like on mom's side of the family, there's 3 little girls. If you count Carly, it's 4. Carly's almost 15.
Three
like,
little. Oh yeah, because Kelly's.
Because you have Kelly's, Laura's, and Mila.
Right. So there's 3 little girls and there's Carly.
Yep. And they're always at every event.
Yeah, so
especially if it's like a female, like baby shower or a bridal shower.
Anything
the little
like that.
girls are always there.
The little girls always come, exactly. And so like we're ready to go. We're walking out the door, and I get a text, and it says, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that kids aren't allowed at the shower today." And I'm like, well, that's a problem because I didn't plan for that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm about to leave in 5 minutes. I got my kid out of bed to get her dressed on a Sunday. And like, you know what it's like to get a freaking 4-year-old ready when they don't want to get out of bed?
Yeah, no,
it
sucks.
Their weekend where they want to like just hang out at home or go to the pool or whatever.
Same for my teenager.
Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
I don't want to go to this.
I know. So it was just like, whatever. So I'm like, well, I guess we can't come then because I don't have a babysitter. Like I can't get a babysitter now.
Yeah.
And
I said, I'm already on my way. I
With
was
Carly.
basically there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, now I got to turn around.
Yep.
And cool. Like, I'm not coming back because it's like, I already drove almost a half an hour. Now I got to drive back home another half an
Right.
hour. And then what? You want me to drive another 40, 50 minutes back to go to the event that I'm now going to be late for?
Yeah.
Because you're just deciding now to tell me I can't bring my kid.
I was like, why would you tell me that now?
I know.
Like, I just don't understand. And it's not like, here's the thing too. I'm sorry, but it's not like you're paying for a plate.
No.
Okay? Like, she's 4.
Right.
All right? Like, give me a break.
Yeah. So it's funny. Some of the stories that we got as far as like
I was pissed.
why they weren't allowed there and we shouldn't have just assumed that they were there. This is my favorite part, is that it was at a country club. Why would you think that kids would be allowed at a country club?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm like, well, my kids have been members of a country club their entire life.
Right.
So to them, that means nothing.
My daughter's father owns a country club.
Right.
We've been going to country clubs
Since before she was born.
She was literally, I was 8 months pregnant
Yeah.
playing in a club championship.
Yeah.
All right. That kid was practically born at a country club.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's like crowning on the 32nd
So
hole.
I don't know. I kind of took that as like a bit presumptuous and snobby.
Yeah. I didn't like that. I didn't like
I
that
don't
at
know.
all. I mean, I'm assuming you don't really, you know what? This is how I know they don't belong to a country club. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say.
Key.
Whatever.
Yes.
And it's like not as bougie as people
No,
seem to think it is.
so
It's not like that.
It was such a presumptuous, like pretentious thing.
I didn't like it.
Like you're like assuming we don't know or presuming that we don't know that life.
that etiquette.
And
that was weird.
Sorry.
I was like,
Wrong.
okay.
Wrong.
Well, I guess we're not coming, so have a great time.
Yeah, so that's what ended up happening.
But I think they really just didn't want us there.
yeah,
I'll be
so
honest.
We didn't go. We
Yeah.
got uninvited.
Yeah, we got uninvited.
5 minutes before.
Well, the event started 20 minutes later.
Yeah,
so it was only 15 minutes for me.
20 minutes
Yeah.
before we were supposed to be at the event. We got
that sucked.
Uninvited.
Listen, I don't even care because it's not like to me. I'm like, it's one less thing I have to do. I don't really care about that.
I know.
But because I don't like to leave my house. But if I'm already up, showered, makeuped, and dressed, and my kid is up and dressed, hair done, like finishing their breakfast, walking out the door, that's when I got pissed off because I'm like, that's rude.
I think what pissed me off the most was how much effort we put into our
I know.
scheduling and our day, and like even while we were getting prepped with like glam, so makeup, hair,
Yep.
all the stuff that we were doing that day, like finding time
We're sitting
to
there trying to work it out.
stop and get a gift. Like we were doing all this stuff to make it happen with everything else we had going on, and we really put a lot of effort into being there. And to be told 20 minutes before, like, sorry, you can't come because you have kids, like, cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. And it's not like we're bringing a litter.
No.
Like, that's a whole other thing, too. I'd see if I have, like, 4 daughters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
no. So yeah, we got that invitation, and then right after that, coincidentally, like the same week, like maybe 2
Yeah,
days
I
later,
know.
the wedding invite comes in the mail.
I know.
For the shower that we were supposed to be attending for the bride that we got uninvited.
we got
I'm like-
uninvited to.
I'm like, you just uninvited us to the shower 20 minutes before we're supposed to be there, and now you want to invite us to the wedding.
I think they were already in the mail.
I mean,
even if they weren't, I was like,
I
respectfully declined.
Respectfully declined.
I'm not doing that again. I'll tell you. No.
So I think like a big part of what we're saying today is that like there's so many fun things that we're getting invited to that we're saying yes to because we want to be there, we want to do it. And even with the bridal shower, like we wanted to be there, we wanted to do it.
Right.
And if you can't go because you have other obligations, such is life.
Yep.
And if you don't want to go because you're worried about disappointing people or whatever, put yourself first.
I agree.
And if people are, I don't know, not inviting you to things that maybe you want to be a part of, who cares? That hasn't happened to us yet.
I mean, who cares? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
This actually circles back to like the Bravo thing that we were talking about before, because there's a sorry for all the Bravo lovers out there, this is for you, but there's a chick, Jackie Goldschneider, who is a friend of the cast for Real Housewives of New Jersey, and every time that chick is not invited to something, she has a goddamn meltdown. I don't know anyone who acts that way. If you don't invite me to anything, I'm like, cool, I don't care. It's one less thing that I don't have to do.
This happens to me a lot.
Oh, you're crazy.
It happens a lot. It actually happened to me not that long ago. I was going to a friend's 40th birthday, and I popped in a local beauty store to pick up a gift card, and I felt like I was getting like a grand inquisition about where I was going. And I don't know if that was that person's intention, but they made me feel like they were upset that they weren't invited. And I felt really weird being like, this is where I'm going, because I knew they weren't going there.
Yeah, that sucks.
It was awkward, but whatever.
I mean, I don't feel bad about saying no when I can't do things. I mean, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
I'll say like sometimes I do because I'd rather go to one thing versus the other.
Yeah.
But like you have obligations, you know what I mean? That you when you commit to something, you have to go.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. But like I feel bad that we missed our nephew's first birthday party.
Yes.
I would have loved to have been there for that. That would have been a lot of fun. I was looking forward to actually being at that, but we had another obligation. There was nothing you could do. So
you know what I'm
we still
looking
made it
forward
work.
to? Your 40th birthday.
Oh God. I'm not.
So I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be either, but I'm excited to party or do something. So I keep telling Ash, I'm like, we have to figure out like a plan. Like, what are we going to do? Her birthday is on Christmas Day. So it's like the worst time ever to plan like a big thing. So I'm like,
it's just the worst birthday period.
I was like, we can go on vacation, right? We can figure it out and just go away somewhere warm and like beach it. Or we can like go have a party. Like I can throw a big party.
Jesse's like, I'm going to throw a party. I'm like, who are you going to invite? Like 5 people I talk to?
There's like 5 people that would be invited to the party.
You guys could just come over. Like, I don't know what to say. We could just hang out in our comfies on the couch.
Maybe we can do a dinner in the cellar at like Latour or something.
I don't know. We'll figure something out. I don't care. It's not that important.
We need to do something good. If you have any good ideas for what we can do for Ashley's 40th birthday, knowing that we keep our friend circle this big.
And it's not that I don't have friends. Like, I would invite other people if I were having a party, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to put anybody out.
No.
You know, it's annoying.
It's hard because it's the holidays. Nobody wants to.
It's
like,
hard.
It's just one more thing. You don't want to feel like an obligation for people, right?
Exactly.
It's the worst thing about having a December birthday.
I don't know. I don't like celebrating myself.
Oh, I think you are so deserving of being celebrated this year more so than anything.
That's okay. It's fine.
I'm looking forward to it. If anyone has any ideas, let me know.
She's in charge.
I am.
I'm like, whatever. Anyway, that's
So don't be obligated to say yes to everything.
No, it's okay. Sometimes you have to say no. It's okay to feel bad when you can't do both. But I highly recommend for personal peace that it's okay to just not engage in every single thing that you're invited to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Keep your personal peace.
Yeah.
Do you.
That's all right.
If you do get uninvited, you can be bitter for a little bit, because I know I am. At least about that shower.
Just that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing I've been uninvited to ever.
And I'll also say at the same time, when you are invited to things and like you go, for somebody who doesn't like to leave the house, I have a great time when I get out.
Yes.
Like, we have a blast.
Yeah.
Anytime I get out, it's nice, but it's not often because it takes some work to get me out of the house.
It does. She's such a homebody.
I'm an introvert. It's hard to believe, I know, right?
Anyway. I would say don't take it personally.
Yeah.
Do you. Do what you want to do.
Don't be a Jackie Goldschneider.
No, yeah. Don't be weird about people who are doing social things that you're not a part of, because who cares?
Do your own things.
Do you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's good. We can wrap it up.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.